Warning: viewer discretion is advised. Hi friends, welcome to Mealstounalivefor, where I cook you a meal from scratch and we talk about a spooky location or true crime case. I just wanted to thank you guys for getting me to 20K in a little over 6 months, so I hope you guys enjoy this bonus content. So today we're talking about the Boulder Dam Hotel in Boulder City, Nevada. So the hotel was built during the construction of the Hoover Dam. It opened in 1933 in December, and it hosted many celebrities like Shirley Temple and Howard Hughes. During World War II, the dam was closed to tourism, which made the hotel fall into disrepair and was condemned in 1980. In 1993, the property was purchased and they spent over $2 million restoring it. Now, I couldn't find any proof of deaths on the hotel property. I did find a legend that claims that a man and woman were having an affair when the wife showed up. Supposedly, she shot and killed her husband and the mistress, then calmly walked down to the lobby. Again, I couldn't find any evidence of this, but this seems to be a very strong legend among the community. I did, however, come across the death of Raymond Spilsbury, who was the hotel's owner. On January 19th, 1945, Spilsbury drove his car to Emery's Landing, which is a tourist spot on the Colorado River just south of Boulder City, to meet a friend and go fishing, but his friend never saw him. Spilsbury's car was found 3 a.m. the next day. His hat and coat were found under a rock by the river. All of his money and valuables were still in his jacket pocket. 1 month later, on February 27th, 1945, some fishermen found his body, and it was noted that his belt was tied around his ankles and there were rocks in his pockets. It was deemed a suicide, but Raymond's widow never accepted the ruling. Now, I did find some articles that said that he wasn't in the best health and business was tanking at the hotel due to World War II. So, this could have been a motive for him deciding to take his own life, but we'll never really know. During our paranormal investigation, we got two names by the name of Anthony and Bill. Now, I couldn't find any Anthony tied to the hotel, but I did find a man by the name of William Ferrance who went by Bill. Now, Bill passed away back in 2010 due to cancer, and it was very evident how involved he was with the hotel since he was the founder and past president of the Boulder Dam Hotel Association. Obviously, I can't say that it was him, but the hotel was clearly important to him. So maybe he was visiting, or since it was a woman that we heard, she knew of Bill and his efforts to save the hotel. So now I want to talk about our experience as a whole and what happened throughout the night. So we checked into the Boulder Inn Hotel and it feels a little bit eerie in the lobby. Nothing too heavy or crazy, but it is an old building. So I really didn't think much of it. Our room was 219, which is supposed to be a haunted room. So we were really excited about that. I really wanted to do a paranormal investigation. So we go up to the room and I'm turning down the hall, and this room happens to have its own little hallway. It's kind of away from all the other rooms. Immediately looking down the hallway, I got this heavy sensation. It didn't stop as we walked into the room. Immediately, I felt on edge. There was very much a heavy, heavy presence, and we were being watched. We decided to just check in, get our things in the room, and then go down to dinner. So there happened to be a sushi place right behind the hotel. It was excellent, by the way. So if you end up staying there, I highly recommend. I could actually see the room windows of where we were sitting in front of the sushi place. And I kept looking up at the windows and feeling like I was being watched from our hotel room, which was super interesting and weird. Like I would be, fully engulfed in our dinner because it was delicious, and I just kept looking up there. So, kind of a weird experience to feel like I was being observed from a distance. After dinner, we went back to the room. Nicholas tries to open the door and he is successful, but the key straight up breaks in the lock. It just snaps in half, which I can't say I've ever had happen before. Keys are pretty sturdy since they're made of metal. So immediately we were like, well, that's really, really weird. And then because the key was stuck in the lock, one of us had to stay in the room and the other one had to go down to the hotel lobby. So I stay in the room by myself, and Nick goes down to talk to the associate at the front desk. It still feels incredibly heavy in this room. He comes back up. They say that they'll figure out what to do. They've never had this happen before, but according to Nick, the attendant was just in shock and then like asked what room it was, and she just had this look like she wasn't surprised at what room it was. So clearly they're used to shenanigans happening in there. So then he comes back up and our phone is ringing. I try to answer and nobody is answering back. So I decide to go down to the lobby to talk to whoever's trying to get a hold of us. I assume that it's due to the room. So I go down to the lobby and I have this distinct feeling that I'm being followed. And I talk to the receptionist. She explains that, they'll fix it in the morning. I tell her that's fine. We're only staying one night anyway. I just flat out asked her, I was just like, is this room haunted? And she tells me, well, I stayed in there once and the door kept opening and closing by itself, and I will never stay in there again. So clearly, this is not the first experience that they have had in this room. So I go back up to the room and I'm no longer having those feelings after talking to the receptionist. As soon as I walk back in the room, I feel nothing at all. It feels like a completely different room. Like there is not a presence, there's not a heaviness, there's not anything, which I thought was really weird. So then we decide, well, we're in here for the night. Let's start our paranormal investigation. So we start doing the Estes method, and I'll input some of the happenings that I have here for you. We
Wait, what? Is that you in the other room I heard?
felt
You felt. What did you feel? I heard something in the other room. I don't know if the phone picked it up. Can you give us any sign that you're here? Was that you again?
me.
You. Is that you over in the kitchen? Felt like something literally like breathe on me.
Are you standing behind Nick?
I can't hear you if you're talking to me, but something.
Are you standing? Who was it that met us in the room when we came here today? Because someone was definitely in here when we got here.
I'm sad.
You're sad? I'm so sorry.
Devil.
Oh.
That's clear.
What about it?
Hello.
Hi.
Me.
Okay, who is me?
I'm not kidding. It was like, hi, me, whatever, and just screamed, die.
Oh.
Like, screamed, die.
Wow. After all of that happened, like it was like I felt a presence during that and then it was just gone right after. So it was almost like they stepped in for a second and then was like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. Bye. And then this is just complete speculation on my part, but my personal opinion, about whoever is occupying that room enjoys scaring people. When they realized that we were not afraid, they tried to scare us further, and when we weren't afraid, they just were like, "Peace out, I'm not dealing with you, I'm gonna go do something else or go somewhere else for the night," because we slept fine other than the fact that the bed was pretty uncomfortable, I'm not gonna lie, but we didn't have an issue sleeping. I didn't feel a presence the whole rest of the time there, so I think they just straight up dipped. Overall, though, if you're looking for a spooky location to stay overnight, I had a great time. The hotel was beautiful. The bathroom was pretty comical because it's so close that I could sit on the toilet and wash my face at the same time. But it was a hotel that was built in 1933. So, that was self explanatory. And if you have a chance, I would definitely recommend that you catch breakfast there. We were able to grab some breakfast and it was delicious. For this meal, I decided to make just banana nut muffins and a caramel iced coffee since they are known for their breakfast here, and it was delicious and I feel like it fit perfectly. I would highly recommend staying here if you want a paranormal experience. Hopefully, you get a little bit more than what we got, but it was still really fun.